to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. The good bad guys of wrestling podcasts are back. We're talking all things of the week that was in professional wrestling. It's what we do here. The gang is all here. We're even in different locales than normal. Jason is at the home of SummerSlam 2024. Is that correct?
Yeah, man. I'm here for the National Collectors Convention. You're all frozen. Am I frozen? Can you hear me?
It was frozen, but you're back.
Yeah, it was like the remix. It was like,
all right. Well, most likely this is going to happen multiple times tonight. So if
I feel your pain.
It's too bad. You guys can literally vote me. You guys can literally vote me off, and I will be out. And my internet is unstable, apparently. So,
ooh, it's like Survivor. I like it.
So yeah, that's tonight.
Well, nevertheless,
vote me off. It's cool.
Yeah, we'll see if you can power through. It's all good. And Kevin, welcome back.
Yay!
Last week was a very Kevin-centric show with all the video game talk.
It's very
as you were camping
Kevin
in
heavy. Yeah, I know. I was listening to it. I was cutting my grass. I was like, damn. It was a nice show. And I wiped my butt with an acorn, by the way. No,
oh, okay. Yeah, no, none of those leaves things. Did you clear up, though, that you're not doing the tent and sleeping bag camping, correct?
No, like growing up, we used to. Like my mom used to take us for like, I think the highest number of days we went camping was like 19 or 20 in a row.
Fuck that.
No.
It was
wow.
odd house to go pee and poop, and you like wash your hair in the lake.
That's a long time.
It was a long time. That's like a quarter of summer vacation growing up. Was in Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
And Kevin, like I said last week, I respect you as a man, and I feel like you would be the type of dude to kill your food, kill your meals. Do you do that?
No.
You know, this all makes sense to me why you want to be on Survivor so much. You lived it. It was your childhood. You're like $1 million. I did this for like, Ecto Cooler and a backpack.
Right. So fun fact, you can kind of see like a little you guys know I like scalped myself growing up.
Yeah,
right?
I remember you telling that story.
Yeah. It was when I was on a camping trip. Like
this.
No, we stayed in a camper with lots of air conditioning pumping through.
Cool.
Excellent.
Like glamping kind of.
So we might as well begin where we left off. As you heard, Kevin, there was a very impassioned discussion about the new EA Sports college football game and me starting to get that itch of maybe getting back into video games, picking up a PS5 or an Xbox. And then over the weekend, there was quite a bit of an outcry from the TWP universe claiming for me to put out a PS5. I ended up releasing a statement slightly similar to Joe Biden's statement. Kind of weird how that happened.
Yeah.
But it did.
It was brilliant.
Yeah. What was your reaction to the statement and my request again of a reach out?
I got to go first
to get you guys here. Yes.
So I saw Joe and his wife Sunday morning. We met for brunch and we discussed it. And then Monday morning, I wake up to a solo Joe text. That doesn't happen. Joe and we don't solo text. I was passing through and I wanted him to see his wife because I'm her favorite. And I woke up to a text from Joe Monday morning that said, I think we went too far.
Ooh.
I didn't know what that meant because I didn't see anything. The statement was brilliant. I just hope you're not going to break my heart, Brian.
Tell me a lie.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I don't think we I wasn't on the show live. So when I caught up with about
Not on the show at all.
But I mean I did okay.
Were you talking to yourself while you were listening to us? Is that what's going on?
Then while camping,
like 3, 2, 1.
Because I had to play catch up to the whole PS5 game or PS5 thing. And I remember camping and I was just like, yeah, Brian, get one without knowing the entire context. I thought the push was laid on very thick and then it continued for multiple days. And that was the best part.
And it wasn't just us. It was listeners as well.
Yeah. I almost took a photo shoot with my PS5. I was gonna cuddle with my PS Portal in my bed and just be like, it keeps you warm at night. And
unreal.
You should have done that to add to this.
I mean, I did take a picture of my controller when I went to go play after the show when we were done recording immediately. So yeah, I kind of started that too.
Well, Brian, I thought your letter was great. I think I think I know the answer because I know you very well.
I think I know it too, and you're gonna crush my feelings.
Well, but if you can somehow play it on your Nintendo Wii and get that to cross-platform somehow.
Wow. Yeah. What kind of bootleg thing do I have to do with that? No, guys.
My response to it when I saw it was I sent it to Jason. But in reality, I said, I think we went too far. It was really, I sent it just to him because my response was, I think he went too far because he sent really the most. You sent the most text messages. I didn't mean like you went too far, like you broke up.
I'm trying to persuade my friend into a life of enjoyment,
happiness,
fun. And more importantly, I don't have many friends outside of you three. So anything I can do to interact with you guys more often, I'm in.
Right.
And that's what I want.
But my response to it,
in 25 years, like, come on.
My response to it was, Brian, do whatever you want. I don't really care because I got mine.
Hey, look at that.
I got mine, and that's a mic drop right there. Like, get it? Don't get it?
Are you out? Are you done the show? Because that'd be awesome. Are you out?
I'm not leaving the show.
Then it's not a mic drop. Come on.
No. My mic drop is
give America what they want and get the F out. Like, come on.
No, there's some people who actually dig me. But
I told you I'm having him drug tested. So
he's salt of the earth. Hey, what's up, Andrew? College football 25. Awesome game for the PS5. And get it. And if you don't have it already, don't be a Brian. Get it yourself and join our team.
What a tagline. Jeez.
Don't be a Brian.
Have either of you guys played a game online against another live, real human being?
Not yet.
Have you averaged 80 hours a week playing that since you got it?
I've played it twice for a grand total of 1 hour.
That's the scary thing with playing with real life people, because there's people that are just playing that nonstop. That's my biggest thing with playing the sports sims games. I will play up to like, what is it? Average against the computer because I feel like I have a chance. I'm not that great at them.
I'm not either. I'm not good either.
Yeah.
What I like about sports games is they're timed and you don't have to play that long. You play one, maybe 2 games, 5-minute quarters. That's an hour and then you're done.
Yeah, I froze. So I don't know if you heard anything that I said about I don't play people I don't know because I don't need an 8-year-old in Iowa telling me to go fuck my mom after he beats me with Northern Illinois Tech against me being like Michigan or Texas.
Right.
God.
So that's why I need this, Brian, a lot.
I hear you. I hear your cries. I tried to eloquently state that in my letter. And what I need to know is, are you guys willing to accept my suggestion of please bring the PS5 to Cleveland?
No.
To give me my taste test, if you will.
No.
To see if I should do this.
I gave you an alternate. I gave you a counter.
Nice counter.
I gave you a very nice counter. Get to my house early before we leave Friday. We'll play a game or two because I actually went out and bought College Football 25 for my PS5.
He picked it back up.
I picked it back up, yes. Come play.
Kev, are you willing to bring it? And I'll tell you before you answer that, I'll tell you what. Tell you why. Last year, if you remember, Saturday, we did WrestleCon, we grabbed some lunch, we went back to Jason and whoever's Joe's hotel room, Kevin's hotel room. And what did we do? We watched like the Big Three basketball for like 2 hours
we did.
Before we went back out. There is a time window that we can play this game, whether it's in the morning or a little mid-afternoon break before the show. That's all I'm saying, guys. I think their opportunity can present itself.
There's more going on in Cleveland than there was in Detroit.
Go ahead, Joe.
There's more going on in Cleveland than there was in Detroit. That's the big difference. In Detroit, there was just WrestleCon and not really a lot of other things going on. We already did the store. This year, there's a free tailgate. There's plenty of restaurants, plenty of breweries.
AIW, Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah,
DJs.
There's way more going on in Cleveland than Detroit. So I want to experience SummerSlam weekend. I don't want it. If I want to play PS5, I'll stay home.
Kevin,
because I have a PS5 with College Football 25.
I don't have like a Kevin. Are you willing to room with me in the hotel room and me and you can play?
The thing is,
these losers do something else.
I don't have a carrying case, but maybe I'll bring my PS Portal. I'll connect it to Joe's PS5, leave it on sleep mode.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Then you can play NCAA 2025 handheld in the hotel room because you can connect to a PS5 that, you know what I mean, if it's in sleep mode anywhere in the world.
Okay, I did not know.
Okay, I have a second counter, a third counter, if you will. You guys can leave early on Sunday morning when you get back to Joe's house and play a couple games there. None of you will be in a rush like you would be in a rush to get to Cleveland on Friday.
That is true.
Right.
That was my
problem with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That I can tentatively agreement. We have a tentative agreement for a Sunday back in Sylvania, Ohio test. I can be down for.
All right, but Kevin, you'll have to bring a controller because I only have one controller.
I'll bring it to Castle, Sylvania.
Well done. Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
Kevin, you bring a controller.
Yep.
And we can get here early Sunday, leave earlier Sunday, and I know Jessica won't care.
Okay.
Because she's like, yeah, Brian, come early and you nerds can play college football.
Well, that concludes this week's PS5 Summit. Thank you all for attending.
So we're all in agreement. The video games stay home.
I think I like that idea of the return trip.
Okay.
I can go with that. Okay, fair enough. All right, but we'll stick with that topic and actually talk wrestling. In that there was some hubbub this week about the brand new downloadable pack, if I'm saying that right, with Pat McAfee and all the crew.
DLC.
Yeah. What does that mean?
DLC, downloadable content.
Not downloadable pack.
Got it. Okay. So they're, I guess the gaming community, much like the wrestling community, very fickle, very, not afraid to express if they don't like something. So there was a lot of people out there who were like, what the fuck are these guys in the game for? What was your guys' thought when you heard McAfee? Is this a cool addition? It's lame. Does it even bother you at all?
So I found out about it when WWE 2K24 originally came out because they had already announced I think there were 5 DLC packs, and we bought it. We bought the entire DLC pack. It was part of Brett's birthday present. So like there's the ECW tier, Jade's coming out soon. There's another tier, another pack, and then this one, which definitely in the scheme of things is the weakest DLC. The good news is I'm probably only ever going to play as Pat, right? Kudos to AJ Hawk and the other 3 dudes on there. But the fun thing could be you play a Royal Rumble. They could come out there and be like, oh, I'm going to beat the shit out of this guy that's on the Pat McAfee show. That's a highlight. Will I ever play him? No, but I rarely ever play scripts either. Mm-hmm. So
tell me this, is this downloadable, what is it, PLC, DLC?
DLC.
Sorry. Is that extra, like, oh, to get it you pay $10, or is it just it's available?
Yeah, it's extra money.
Like we bought the season pass. You got like all 5 DLC packs. I think it was $29.99.
Okay.
Like when we got it. But the solo one, I'm gonna guess maybe it's probably like $8, $10.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Jay, you are certainly not a fan of McAfee, the broadcaster. What was your thoughts on this?
I mean, this is the Hubest of Bub regarding this team being put into the game. McAfee makes sense. You know why? Because he actually did wrestle.
Yeah.
The other guys are just yinzers from Plum, their friend. I know I ride the coattails of Brian all the time. So, and the other Hubest of Bub about this is the whole football part of it. There's a downloadable football that you throw at people and play catch with people in the game.
Okay.
That shit ain't necessary. Hubest of the Bub for sure. I am not down with this. And that dope that said, well, nobody wants to play with losers from NXT that nobody knows who they are. Fuck off, Boston Rob or Connor, whatever the fuck your name is, or maybe it's the other one that's from Plum and hung out at the Monroeville bowling alley. I don't know. This is the Hubest of Bub, and I'm not here for it, Joe. Not.
Hubest of Bub makes me think of like Hubba Bubba.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Brian said it was hubbub. This is the Hubest.
The hubbub. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to burst your bubble here, but I couldn't care less about the McAfee pack. Just don't buy it. Just don't buy it.
Worst.
Don't buy it. Don't play it. And who cares? Like, it shouldn't be. No one should be this upset over these yahoos being in the game. If you're not, like, Kevin, you bought the season pass. You're never going to play as them. Who cares? Like, people are getting into a hub over this because of that they are on a show. Like, I go back to one of my favorite games, NBA Jam. The Beastie Boys were on there. Bill and Hillary and Al Gore were a team on there. Was I causing a... Yeah, they were. Was I causing a ruckus going like, oh, how can we let this guy in this? He eats McDonald's every day and he barely jogs and he went to Arkansas, this fat blah. No, I don't care. Sometimes I played as them. Most of the time I didn't. I'd rather play as the Charlotte Hornets because I had Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson. Boom, done.
Hubest of Bub.
Yeah.
So who cares?
It's interesting because that's what I was trying to gather. Like, I guess people really do care about this as far as like, how dare you ruin the game? And it seems like a pretty easy thing to
ruining
avoid.
The game is a stretch.
Yeah. But that's what they were doing. I do wonder though. I sent that link to you guys today about that comment that you said, Jay, about one of the guys on the show. Like, oh, it could have been us or those random NXT guys, and HBK like basically said, okay, yeah, let's see what you got. So I don't know if that turns into any sort of angle or if it's just shit talking online. But
I think
Fred Durst was in a SmackDown
by
game.
Sol Ruka. I want it all. Let those dope feel it. Let them know what it feels like to be in a wrestling ring.
Well, speaking of
Bub. Let's go. Move on.
Speaking of people who we won't be seeing in a WWE wrestling ring, it doesn't seem to be. Bobby Lashley and MVP earlier in the week, looks like they're saying their contracts are expiring pretty soon. I think maybe mid-August is what I've heard. Lashley especially, seemed to be a surprise. But MVP, really hasn't been on TV a whole heck of a lot. So, of course, naturally, the talk goes to, well, if they're both free agents, they can reunite somewhere and bring back the Hurt Business. Shelton Benjamin's still a free agent. So at least you got 3 of the guys with Cedric Alexander still in NXT. What's your guys' feel for this as far as if that's something you'd like to see maybe in AEW or anywhere else?
Well, it can't happen. Am I froze? Because none of you have
No, we're just waiting for you.
Proceed.
Dramatic pause.
It can't happen.
Will you explain why it can't happen?
WWE owns the Hurt Business.
Correct. So they can't. Oh, they can't use the name.
So they reunite as Pain Inc.
They reunite as the Ouchie Company.
Business Ouchie Company Power.
I like Pain Inc. better than Ouchie Company. You are not
the Ouchie.
You're not intimidating anyone. Like, here comes the Ouchie Company.
I don't know.
Okay. So for the record, if they're going to reunite, I certainly don't want it in AEW. It needs to be in New Japan, where they can be badasses and be physical and work a strong style, not be on TV for a couple weeks and then go MIA like Keith Lee. His contract's up. We didn't even know he was still there. That's what would happen to Lashley, MVP, Benjamin, Kenny King, anybody else that's a part of the Hurt Business or the
question
company,
for you, Jay,
which I think might be a turn.
Was Bob Sapp just in MMA or was he in New Japan? Like, was he a pro wrestler as well?
He was in Pride. Let me look up while you guys talk amongst yourselves.
All right. I agree with Jason. They can't go to AEW. No way. If they're leaving and they're going to reunite as Pain Inc. somewhere else, New Japan is a way to go. Oh, they can't do TNA anymore since they have a working relationship with NXT.
Exactly.
If they go to AEW, they'll get that first week pop, and then they won't be seen again. They'll be on Rampage facing against the Guns, and then they'll be on Collision as a segment, and then we won't see them again because we need an hour segment dedicated to MJF or the Elite. Not going to happen.
Update. I got Bob Sapp update.
There you go.
Oh.
He is a mixed martial artist, kickboxer, professional wrestler, actor, and former American football player. He's under contract with Rising Fighting Federation. His pro wrestling situation happened in 2000 to 2002. He started in NWA Wildside, which then he was contracted by WCW. There, he started his Beast persona, which was a villainous, feral Tarzan-like gimmick, but development was cut short when the company was bought out by the World Wrestling Federation. He left professional wrestling for many years, attracted instead to a fighting career under the training of fellow WCW developmental wrestler Sam Greco. He went to New Japan 2002 and 2005. There's way too many fucking things to read about that. He wrestled in Hustle 2007 to 2008, Independent Circuit 2008 to 2012, returned to New Japan Wrestling 2012 to 2013, and Wrestle One in 2013, and the Inoki Jimo Federation in 2014. He would lose to Az Caster in his debut match. And there's a bunch of other shit no one cares about the last 30 seconds that I just ran off. So
the only reason I thought of that.
So Kev, to your point,
No, my point was like because Bob Sapp was like monster dude, 6-pack. Like that dude was like 400 pounds. I just immediately thought of Bobby Lashley going against the New Japan style because all of them, a lot of the wrestlers are little, like or smaller physiques, and Bobby, he would stand out and look like
a monster. He looked like Godzilla.
Yeah, that's for some reason Bob Sapp popped in my mind.
And he was Bob Sapp was also the dad on Full House.
Bob Saget.
Yeah.
You gotta double check.
You know what? I changed my mind about New Japan. I want to see those two be part of Cardona's recruitment of GCW, real wrestlers there.
With the Maharaja.
They got the Maharaja. Get Pain Inc. to take out all those fake wrestlers in GCW. That would be interesting.
Yeah. That's good. Get rid of all that marijuana in the locker room. That's what I heard about. Joe, what would you think about Lashley's this WWE last run that he had? He was champion, I think, multiple times.
Letter grade?
Sure.
Give it an A.
Okay.
He came back. He came back right into like the main event, upper mid card, the main event scene. He was a multiple time world champion. He defended successfully his world championship at WrestleMania, the first one that got back in front of a crowd. He had multiple successful factions. Yeah, I give it an A. Great return.
What about you guys?
I'd say it started in A, and then I would say it ended up about maybe like a B, a solid B minus, just for the fact where that the faction with the Street Profits, I just never really got behind. And now I know they're on a 16 turmoil match, I think, on SmackDown this week. I just don't think that faction elevated anybody higher than what they could have been individually, right? Factions are supposed to elevate.
Yeah.
Still amazing. His last run made me more interested in Bobby than I've ever been. So that's the good thing about Bobby. Dude has looked the same in the last 20 years.
Yeah,
I feel like we've known of him. So it's like when you think of his runs, it's like looks identical. Like the dude, what is he, like 50 something?
I already
looks like he's like 25.
He's 48, almost 49. So in that respect, I can see. I can see WWE saying like, I don't know if we want to give him so much money. Maybe I kind of get that. And yeah, I was disappointed because I loved the idea of him and the Profits, but the fans just didn't. It was supposed to be a heel faction, and the fans wouldn't do it because they love Lashley, they love the Profits. So it just went off the rails, and they never got back on track. But yeah, him and Drew, great stuff. I liked. I think the SummerSlam you guys were out in Vegas with Lashley and Goldberg. That was one of my favorites too.
Yeah, Bobby got his kid.
He got his kid. Yeah, that was great, man. And the Hurt Business was fantastic. We never did get, I think, Lashley versus Roman. That would have been really special, but that's how the business goes. So good luck no matter what his next endeavors end up being. A couple quick notes on Monday Night Raw. Of course, the entire wrestling world seems to be digging to some degree the Wyatt Six, except for one member of the show. Jay, we had a Sister Abigail finisher move of Bo doing that to Chad Gable, and you let those Twitter fingers fly, brother. You were not feeling it.
It's a sad reboot. That's all it is. He's wearing a black tank top like Bray. Does the same Bray move. And I don't actually care that I'm the only one that doesn't like this because I'm actually right. You guys will all come around. You will all learn that I am correct on this. Like I said last week, if the Eric Rowan promo was great, if he was just coming back as himself. What happened on Monday, the the Nikki Cross promo, Bray Wyatt, wannabe. It's not working. But I did think of something, or I didn't really think something. I saw something. If Bray, or not Bray, if Bo wants to be other people, he should become evil Doink the Clown. No. Sam Roberts was talking about this. When he got his ass kicked the week before, he was laughing. Evil laugh. Let him be evil Doink the Clown if he wants to recreate people. I do not like this Wyatt Sucks storyline at all. And if I am the only person, that's fine. That's the great thing about wrestling. It's subjective.
Indeed.
But people did like my tweet. I am not the only person that feels like this. And like I said, you guys will all come around. You'll understand where I'm coming from sooner or later. And I will throw it in all of your faces when this shit goes sideways and you all jump on my bandwagon.
I think people
I'm done.
Love the Bray Wyatt stuff so much that knowing
that
it's his brother though. Like if this was, you can go back to when Paul and Nash went to WCW, and then WWE tried to bring in fake Razor Ramon and Diesel, which was
it's Razor and Diesel.
Glenn Jacobs Kane, right? As that everybody goes, come on. But this is his brother. This is family. I think people watched the documentary. They saw, the emotion from him that I think people are behind it. So it's still, jury's still out, but I've enjoyed it. Joe? Yeah.
It's not, you're not the only one who doesn't like it. If you remember Brunch, your biggest fan. My wife Jessica was also on your side during that conversation, going like, I don't like it either. So you're not the only one who doesn't like it. There are people who don't like it, but you were saying the same thing about Retribution. It's like, oh, I'll tell you, you're going to be begging me, you're going to be saying I was right, and you can finally admit that you were wrong about that one. It's not a wait and see for them anymore. This doesn't remind me.
Retribution is going to be in Matt Cardona.
It's going to be in Matt Cardona's GCW.
What?
Okay, I'll watch.
I hope so. Yes.
You know what the laughing reminded me of when he was getting the beat down? I didn't like the laughing, but it's like, then it dawned on me. This isn't Ghostbusters Afterlife. This is Joker. The movie Joker. It's like, it's not for everybody. It's not a Batman movie. If you're expecting a Batman movie, you're going to be very mistaken. You're going to be disappointed. But he had like the twitches of like nonstop laughing too. It's a scary movie in its way because it's so real that someone could just go off the deep end like that. It's a psychological drama. It's not a superhero movie. So this isn't the Wyatts. This is a psychological drama about people who are broken. So I'm like digging deeper into it now. Like I want it to last a little bit longer I don't want them wrestling yet. I want these tapes to keep going because I want backstories on each member, like they did with Nikki Cross this week. And even though hers was weak, Rowan's was amazing. Yes. We got 2 more to go, and then we can continue with this. And it's like, I'm fine with it. And here's the thing. It's not offensive to me because they're not in the main event. They're facing off against Gable and the Creeds. So it's a mid-card act.
Okay. So you just said that it's not the Wyatts, but Brian just said it is because it's his brother.
Right. People have a different interpretation of it. My interpretation now is the joke. We're both right. And
I'm saying it's, and Jason, it's here's good the thing. Because it's family.
In a way, Jason, you're also right. I'm admitting that you're right about this too, because there are people out there who are like you who are not digging this. So you're right. Brian's right. I'm really right. And Kevin's probably right, whatever he has to say right now.
I think it's spooky.
Well said, buddy.
No, honestly,
the ouchie business will be all about the spook.
It is the epitome of professional wrestling. You don't have to like everything. You're right. It's working. Yeah. It is.
Maybe you might like this next topic a little bit more. Hey, Kev, what'd you think of Liv Morgan in those jean shorts?
Let me turn down the volume.
Don't be like these idiots on Twitter, Kev.
Come on.
Yeah. You're better than that.
I can't. No, no, believe me. But
when you notice I went right to him for this one.
When she did her little side
turn.
Yes, we all know what she did.
Updo like with her hip. It was
keep it family friendly.
Perfect for the segment because they're both very beautiful women, right? But Rhea is in the ring, black hair, black makeup. It's the total 180 when you have like the blonde, jean shorts, upper booty. Like it's total black and white, right? 180 away from each other. And it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. I love the whole segment. And Dom, like going back and forth, having both of them fight. It was one of those things where it's like, Dom, you can't lose in the situation, but all 3 of them did amazing work on that on the segment on Monday. All of them.
Dom
was spitting out some Spanish that I was like,
oh yeah, Lo siento.
Ay.
Por favor. Yeah, Dom got licked in the face. Yeah. That was crazy. Joe, I go to you on this angle of, I remember maybe 2-3 weeks ago, Jay saying like, Brian, I'm on the Liv Morgan train now. She's doing great stuff. What's your thoughts on the Liv Morgan performance?
It's great. I love the storyline. And I cannot wait to see at SummerSlam when Dom turns on Rhea and becomes a bigger heel than he already was.
Oh man, oh man.
That's what I'm hoping to see, because he went off and he was amazing on that. Like when he went into Spanish and just started roasting her, and that was all that's heel 101. That's something out of Eddie's playbook.
Yeah.
So when he turns on Rhea, we thought he got booed before. Those two are going to be heat magnets, and I cannot wait. Rhea's amazing. Liv has done an outstanding job with this revenge tour. I thought it would be lame, but nope, she's doing exactly what she said she would do. And when Finn joins them as well, it's complete.
I love it. Little foreshadowing. We'll have SummerSlam preview and predictions next week, of course, but all right. Glad to see that you're on board too with how this has been. Jay, it was only a week or two ago. I don't know if you're I don't know if TK is reading your tweets or what, but it was like a week or so ago. You sent the this Kamille, she signed with AEW months ago, and she hasn't been on TV. Lo and behold, maybe TK saw that and said, "Hey, you're right." And lo and behold, there she is with Mercedes Moné on Wednesday night's Dynamite. Man, I know she was big in NWA. I think paired with Nick Aldis for a while, champion. What do you think of this debut, or just how she is as a performer from what you know?
Typical. He doesn't know what to do with women. He's probably still a virgin.
Wow. We can't confirm or deny that.
She is a badass, and now she's a fucking bodyguard.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
I thought you would have liked it, and I'll tell you why. I thought you were a fan of the Shawn Diesel dynamic. And that's where my head.
When it's somebody new,
yeah.
Sure. Von Wagner and Cool Kyle O'Reilly, hell yeah.
Yeah.
This, it's typical. Virgin TK doesn't know how to book women. Let her be a fucking star, not be a fucking bodyguard who's probably never going to get to talk. And Lord knows Mercedes shouldn't talk either, because she sucks on the mic when she's not scripted.
That was rough.
I had a conversation with someone. Sasha Banks was amazing on the mic because she was kept in check. She was told what to say. This, trash.
Mm-hmm.
Kamille should be a fucking badass.
Let me ask you this.
And now she's gonna be.
Now she's gonna be what?
Nothing.
She's gonna be forgotten about after All In.
Yep.
What has more success, Jay, in your eyes of potentially happening? Tony Khan using Kamille right, or Wyatt Six being successful?
Poison pill. Poison pill.
I mean, if Bo becomes Evil Doink the Clown, Wyatt's up.
By the way, Sam Roberts kind of looks like Doink the Clown, right?
You know, when he had hair.
When he had the hair.
Yeah.
He was Krusty the Clown. Yeah.
Not him. Yeah.
You know what? And another question for you, Jay.
Yes, please.
So you watched a lot of her in NWA. Was her end move the torture rack power bomb combo?
I don't actually remember because it's been a while. She's been with AEW since February. I don't really remember much about what she does moveset, but she's built kind of like China.
Yes, it's exactly what I thought.
Make her special.
Yeah.
She's built Jade. Kamille can actually work. So
you know what? Make her if you're gonna make her a bodyguard, make her a bodyguard for someone who doesn't need her, like MJF. That would be a heat magnet.
That
for both.
Would be huge.
That's a good idea.
That would be huge.
I like that idea.
That's what I was thinking. When I saw her with Mercedes, I'm like, I already forgot who she was. So when you sent the rundown and said, "Oh, there was a debut," I'm like, there was? That's how forgettable that was, because it wasn't about her. It was about Mercedes, Britt.
But you guys can't tell me I'm wrong that Sasha Banks is better than Mercedes Moné.
I agree.
No, that's a true statement.
Yeah, no, I'm with
you.
You
said you were wrong.
Yeah, no, we can't tell you that. There's no question in my mind. It just hasn't, I'd love to know was this the plan all along of like she debuts but the way you're going to be, people are going to start booing you after like the third week. And now you're going to be a heel. Like, was that the plan all along, or did just the crowd go, this read sucks?
My tweet. He read my tweet.
Right.
And he panicked.
Probably.
The virgin.
Damn. What did you guys think? This, I believe, was the 4th Blood and Guts match. What did you guys think of that?
I'll wait. Go ahead.
All right. It was the same Blood and Guts match that we've had. There's a difference between Blood and Guts and War Games. War Games is settling a score. Blood and Guts is get as many weapons as you can inside the ring. It drives me nuts when they leave the freaking ring. Yeah, when there's 2 rings and a freaking cage around you, and they're fighting in the crowd. Can AEW go a week without fighting in the crowd? Do they really need to fight in the crowd every single week when there's a double freaking cage and you leave? So it's not about Blood and Guts is the same match every single time. It was like the same one we went to. They're on top of the cage. They're on the side of the cage. They're outside the cage. They're not even. They're hitting their spots. They're hitting their weapons. They all bleed. It's fun to watch for a little bit, but then it gets repetitive. So it was. If I had to grade it, it was a C because it was an average Blood and Guts match. Nothing special, but not terrible. But stay in the cage when you have a cage match.
Love it. Well said. Kev?
Nothing like Joe hit the high points. Nothing we haven't seen before. I think Briscoe bleeding rather quickly. I think, was it Jungle Boy who took a bad chair shot, like unprotected?
Jack Perry, Jungle Boy.
Yeah, Jack Perry. Who's Jungle Boy?
Oh, Jack Perry. And then he actually even got Corey Graves tweeting on it saying, hey, not a good look taking an unprotected chair shot. I thought some of the I'll say innovation was fun. I can't remember who was between the 2 tables and got jumped on. It was hit and miss. I got bored and then I was excited. The ending with the gas was kind of fun. I didn't see that necessarily getting to that point at the end. I didn't hate the ending. I would maybe give it like, I don't even know. Joe's kind of generous with the C. I'd even say like a C- because I don't think it didn't settle anything. A match like that should almost have a resolution, I believe, at the end of it, not just let's throw the guys in there to fight and let's continue storylines type thing. So I don't know. It was good, but it wasn't.
Was one thing I forgot. The match should not have started when it started. The rule said the match begins when all competitors are in the rings. Swerve was not in the ring. He rang the bell. They broke, and Hangman wasn't in the ring either, but they made Hangman come in the ring. Swerve was handcuffed, and they said, ring the bell. And I went, you're breaking your own rules. It's even in writing.
That was the
begins
EVP.
when all the competitors are in there.
Yeah, but that's the EVP creative control angle, so I don't hate it as much as you do because they were like, we're the EVPs.
I didn't hate it as much as I'm being outside the ring to start the match, but
I liked some of it. I think a match that long and with so many commercial breaks, it is tough to kind of keep your interest in it the whole time. I did like how the Acclaimed actually came down with scissors. The Acclaimed were kind of the odd participants in this match to me going into it, but the fact that they actually brought scissors, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So that was fun. The 5-man staple gun attack on Swerve was pretty wild, and I liked the Darby coffin drop from the middle of the roof.
That was cool. That
was a cool looking spot, and it didn't seem like too dangerous, so I like that. And like you said, I think Kev, how usually a match like that is supposed to be like the resolution. I was glad that they at least set something up where the ending became the I'm going to light you on fire unless we have a TNT championship match at All In. I like that there was something else because, if the match just ended, it'd have been like, okay, well then this just ended, and what happens next? So at least there was something next that was planted to have that. So I like it maybe a little more than you guys are, but yeah, it's the length of it is it's tough on as watch on the TV to me because of all the commercial breaks just to start with.
So there were moments in that match where Swerve looked like an A+ superstar. I remember a time where Okada was super cool, and now he's just a bitch. All he is, another fumble by Virgin Tony Khan, VTK.
VTK.
Gotta get that on a shirt. The match was what it was. I didn't like it. I did not like it. However, the ending was too fucking clunky. He couldn't find a match. He couldn't find a
lighter. He couldn't find
propane. Oh, you just got couldn't find Flint.
Couldn't find a microphone. You guys are all talking over me, and I don't like it. Jack Perry is wrestling Jesus. I believe in Jack Perry.
Say his name and he appears.
No, not that.
Behind you.
Somebody else's gimmick.
No, well, if he's wrestling Jesus, he say a prayer and he appears.
Yeah, well said, Kat. Well said. And how about that? How about that picture of him and Drew today? Oh, whoa! What the hell?
I was at the sanitation convention, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I sent it to the group text. So you can check your phone. It's on there.
Yeah, I was busy today, so I did not. But let me take a look at that.
Yeah,
so while he's looking that up, yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, well,
Drew is
talking about something.
Drew is the king of social media.
Yeah, that was Hater of the Year award. I think I saw something.
That tweet got deleted. So
yes, it did.
Oh, it did.
It did. I did read that. It's him and Jack Perry saying like what was it? Like real picture.
Real picture. Cry us a river. Yeah. And it's him and Jack Perry next to each other.
Next time, screenshot that shit because with the thought of it, I would love to have seen that.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody has.
I bought.
We'll
I just
find
sent you guys a shirt that I bought. I don't know if you'll get it.
Oh wow. Let's quickly talk about Tony Khan. I feel like he's asked this every 6 months or so. Hey, would you like to do a what?
Have you ever touched a woman?
All right. He's asked about would
you like a kilo of Coke?
Would a WWE super show the fans would want it? What's your thoughts? Would you love to do it? And he was basically non-committal of like, well, I think that'd be amazing, but there's a lot of business issues that would have to be worked through. And Now this is the same guy that, we didn't talk about this on the show because it was just like, I don't think we need to go there. But he, in some interview, was making the comparison of WWE to Harvey Weinstein. So you want to say that a couple months ago, yet then when you're asked about this relationship, you flip it a little bit like, yeah, we'd love to see it, but it's going to be tough. I don't know. Maybe it shouldn't surprise me at that point, but that was my first thought when I saw that quote. What about you guys?
VTK is in trouble. He is going to do whatever he can to get in the good graces of WWE. 5 years ago, I questioned whether or not AEW was going to make it 5 years. Here we are. They did it. They shut me up. Will they make it another 5 years? When we are 8 years into this podcast and have made $7.14 off of our views in 8 years, will AEW be here? I don't know. Honestly, probably, but whatever. Look, he's struggling, literally. And making the Harvey Weinstein comment was obviously a shot at Vince. I don't know if it was about Triple H or the company, but it was about Vince. But when you're a virgin, you say shit that you don't know what you're talking about. So, do we want to see it? Maybe. Will it happen? Maybe. Have I said too much? Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. No.
Just stick with the maybe. Maybe not.
I'm talking in circles.
We got more things to talk about.
They're struggling. That's all. That's all it boils down to.
That pay-per-view or event would have to be like 24 hours long because one, there would be a lot of matches, and two, Tony Khan would force so many matches to be 60-minute time limits because his guys would not lose.
No, it would have to stick with the 5 matches.
5 matches. I wish we would have put that in the rundown to create a 5-match pay-per-view for AEW versus WWE. I wish
we'll table that for when he's asked
about
it.
And WWE would have to win every single match. Because this is pure desperation from Tony Khan, because he's seen, because he obviously reads internet, what everyone's talking about, because that's who he caters to, is the internet community, not the wrestling community. And he's seen all the positive comments of NXT and TNA. He wants in on that because TNA is getting more press now than they got in their entire time partnering with AEW.
Yeah.
So this is his desperation going like, yeah, we'd like to be part of it too. I didn't say anything bad.
I love the WWE. It would be a great partnership. We also need a TV deal. I think Hubba Bubba Tony Khan there should be talking to Alabama man back and forth.
Oh my gosh.
I think Tony Khan would be like, guys, I think I have a once in a lifetime match. Mercedes Moné versus Bailey.
Love to see it. We'll see it.
What do you think, Brian, of an AEW WWE?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't think I'd ever ask that question. So no offense to the interviewer, because you're just talking fantasy talk. It reminded me of the gentleman's name is Steve Fall, and I see him do some online stuff. And he was in one of the press conferences from one of the PLEs, and I think Io Sky won the title or defended the title. And his question to her was, "Would you like to wrestle Taylor Swift?" And I was like, What are we doing? What are we doing? So I don't know. That's kind of where my headspace was. Of course, the show would be fun, but no, it's not going to happen anytime. All right. I last night put together the news on Wednesday that really piqued my interest in the sporting world was the NBA rejecting Warner Brothers Discovery's matching offer for the NBA TV in 2025. It's going to go to Amazon, and TNT is saying, "Oh no, we matched it," and it's going to be lawsuits and everything else. And it just got me thinking, and I didn't want to do a big full thing on the show because I'm like, we're kind of getting in the weeds here of stuff that's not as important in the wrestling world. But it was basically, what is the correlation of Warner Brothers Discovery loses the NBA? What could that mean for AEW? Because it was only like 2 days earlier that the reports were saying they've got an agreement in principle. It's going to happen. It's almost officially official. And I'm like, well, if that happens with the NBA going away, is that going to be a good thing for AEW or a bad thing? And Joe, I know, didn't see it. Jay, I'm guessing you haven't either. I know you're busy, man. Kev, you have. I laid out some positive speculation and some maybe negative speculation.
One, I'll say you did a great job. I thought your top 3 kind of list was very nice. I liked how you brought up the, Jericho appearing on
Inside the NBA.
Inside the NBA. And remember, Shaq was on AEW back in the day.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even mention that.
Those type little things. So it might not be direct partnership, but it's nice to see those things kind of bleed into each other. I take it as a positive. It gives AEW a huge opportunity to be the flagship sports
property entity.
exactly
property,
but it also puts amazing amount of pressure on it, because if it doesn't succeed or grow higher, because it's not bringing in, you know what I mean, the type of revenue, and it's not bringing in the type of the thing to be the number one like sports entity on it. So it's a great opportunity with a lot of pressure.
Okay,
if Tony can handle that amount of pressure, we'll see. We'll see. I think it's so. Let me ask you this, Brian. You does like Shaq and all them move to the Amazon show maybe before?
They would have to. Amazon would have to. I guess essentially they'd be free agents, right? And so Amazon,
Shaq and Chuck, those two are like are
Chuck
hilarious.
already said he's not. The only place Chuck's working is Turner. He already said it.
Really?
Yeah, he said he's retiring.
He said he's retiring. Yeah. How big of a check can Amazon throw to say, hey, change your mind?
It'll never be the same.
No.
Even if they tried to reboot that show on Amazon, it'd be like Teen Wolf 2.
That's more like
Teen Wolf 2 has gotten so much play.
2. Golden Retrievers.
Yeah.
It sucks. I was so excited when I heard that they matched, because I knew that inside the NBA was going to come back. And that is the best sports show of all time.
Correct.
I'll punch you in the face if you disagree with me. It is the best sports show. And the best time for that show is during the NBA playoffs, because they were on twice a week at a time. And then when they went to 3 nights, they had the B team, which is fine. But like, why Turner would turn this down, or the NBA turned down a legacy brand that is the Inside the NBA on TNT. It doesn't make sense. And look, if they are banking on AEW trying to be the sports breadwinner, it's not gonna happen. 10 minutes ago, I asked if AEW is going to be here in 5 years. If Turner thinks that's where their money's going to be, it's going to be sadly mistaken. I am truly bummed about this. There was talk, and I haven't seen anything because I have been at the National Sanitation Collection Convention all week. I know the WNBA got a new deal, but I don't know who it's with. Can any of you guys fill me in on that?
I think it's similar. I think it's similar of the like ABC, ESPN, NBC, and I think Amazon. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Peacock, of course. Yeah, and Amazon. I think it's a matching station profile, I believe.
It's sad, but the future is streaming. That is where Warner Brothers Discovery did not put their cards in. They didn't offer Max. They thought that cable was still the way to go, but people are starting to cut the cord and go towards streaming services. Amazon is big. Throwing it on Peacock, throwing it on Hulu, Disney, and still on network television, and still on cable. That's something that Warner Brothers Discovery didn't comprehend. Amazon did. Mm-hmm. And that's where they went. People watch streaming now.
Amazon Prime membership is $400 a year. Amazon Prime membership is $400.
Oh, look at Amazon Prime.
That's
they got the Thursday night NFL game.
Yeah,
that is true.
Now they got the NBA and Peacock.
Prime lost the Thursday night NFL game.
They did. I thought they still have it.
No, they lost it. Hold on, let me get my.
You double check that. But Peacock has a wild card playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
The future of streaming.
Netflix
Peacock
now has a Christmas Day game.
Yeah, Netflix is getting involved.
Yeah.
Raw is moving to Netflix.
Right.
WWE is seeing the future as well. Move the flagship show to streaming. This is all about streaming. This has nothing to do with loyalty. It's about looking into the future, not hanging on to the past.
And Jay, you asked a good question of like, why would the NBA get rid of this legacy by going to Amazon. And I listened to NBA radio on Sirius XM on my way home when this announcement came out. And the one guy's speculation is their commissioner, Adam Silver, very petty, very vindictive. And I guess a couple of years ago, David Zaslav, the president of Warner Brothers Discovery, was quoted at a seminar saying, "We don't need the NBA. Like, would we like to have them? Yes. We don't need them." And this reporter speculation was Adam Silver went, "Oh, yeah? You don't need us? Okay. We'll see how that goes." And now they're on Amazon. So it sucks. I'm totally with you. Inside the NBA is the best. Yeah, check that out. We threw that up on the YouTube earlier on Thursday afternoon, and I left with no concrete answers. I just put out some different questions.
I have another part of this too that might be interesting. Adam Silver is rumored to take over for Bob Iger at Disney.
Whoa!
Oh,
yeah. That's not breaking news. That's not a spoiler. That's out. So, I mean, look, he could easily just, do this and then be out. Like, it sucks. I don't get sad about shit like this, but like, man, it sucks. So we have one more year of the NBA, and then it goes elsewhere on the 26 season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this last year will be pretty wild, knowing that they can say
it's the best show ever. Punch in the face.
All right, Jay, which one? Is that retirement tour bigger or smaller than John Cena's retirement tour ending next year?
It's more. It's more impactful.
I agree. Yeah.
Much bigger.
I agree. That's good, though. That's a good question, Kev. All right, well, we'll wrap things up. We were eagerly anticipating the first lineup announcements of the Chris Jericho Cruise, which the whole show will be on. I'm not going to run down who's all on there. There's a whole litany of legends, and there's bands and comedians and podcasts, the whole bit, with much more to come. Joe, I'll go to you first, since it's your first time, just like me. What stood out to you that you're like, oh, this will be cool?
What stood out to me was my wife's reaction when she went, "I know one person." She's like, okay, so Ziggler's going to be there. And I'm like, "You don't know who Scott Steiner is?" No.
Ziggler's not going to be there.
Oh, sorry. She knows him as Dolph Ziggler. So that's why I'm going with.
Doesn't know anybody. That's not Dolph Ziggler. That's
okay.
Nick Nemeth.
Nick Nemeth. Okay. But either way, I know who they are. I'm going to have fun. But it's like, yeah, my reaction was, this is like, compared to what I've seen in the vlogs and what I've heard from the previous cruise, this is kind of a weak lineup, but it's still wrestling, so who cares?
Dang, I think the lineup looks awesome. I think like last year's I thought was pretty good, right? I've only been live on one, so it's only my second one. I think this lineup looks incredible. It looks like 2 WrestleCons put together so far, and it's only the first wave of announcements. So that's pretty cool. So you get your Scott Steiner,
Jerry the King Lawler,
Jerry Lawler,
Jushin Liger.
Yes, I always pronounce his name wrong. It's kind of like the trio of big names. That's pretty sweet. Nick Nemeth, Ash
Al Snow,
Elegance, and Brad Williams. Those are like the hosts, right? And then when have we ever met the Nasty Boys, right? I hope to not get a face in an armpit.
That one time I went down to Nastyville. I ran into him, but
no, like that.
I know. I had to explain to her. It's like, you remember the mulleted friend that Hogan had on Hogan's Knows Best? He's going to be on the boat.
That's great connections.
And her response was, "Yay!"
So I will. And Coco Beware. That's going to be pretty awesome. So earlier this week,
bird.
Oh, it didn't.
Yeah,
I looked it up. Frankie died in a house fire. Like
20 years. That was sad. I remember that too.
Peace.
Hope he has a new Frankie.
Yeah. So my friend here went to a celebrity golf outing at his work, right? He works for the FBI. Him and his wife both do. They did a celebrity golf tournament, and he texted me earlier this week. He's like, "Hey, Kev,
boss man was there.
You're the only one who will understand who these two people are." In front of me is Mike Knox and Ernest the Cat Miller. And then we see the announcement, and it's Ernest the Cat Miller there. I'm like, thinking in my mind, I'm like, I need to go buy a lottery ticket because this is the first time I've even thought of Ernest Miller. And when is the last time I saw him in WCW? And to think of him twice in a week, mind blown. But
that's awesome.
Joe, I can't wait for you and Brian to see Brad Williams. His comedy is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So it's gonna be great.
Jay, you're the biggest veteran of this. That anything eyebrow raise, or you're like, yeah, this is what it is at this point.
Friends of the show, we are wasted.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
They were the best musical act 2 years ago, and they will do it again. I'm very excited for that. Guardians of the Box, and Kev knows.
Yeah.
Like 4 a.m. watching them. Fozzie's always people don't want to do this. Look, Downstate's at an all-time high. They're going to be on the show. And Brian, I didn't mean to call you an idiot. I just meant idiots on the Facebook group. Is he going to play Kingdom? Is that going to play Kingdom? Yeah, he's going to play Kingdom, and Cody Rhodes is going to come out as a special guest. Shut the fuck up. It's exciting because it'll be something cool to see. But like this, look, the only reason I'm going on this is because Joe said, well, hey, me and Jess were thinking about going. And then Kevin's like, oh, well, if you're going, we're going to go. And now that Brian's going, this is most likely the last one.
Yep. And finale.
Okay. Yeah. Brian and Joe will have to be my +1 at the Jericho VIP. So you guys can duel and figure that shit out. Just kidding. Most likely my wife's going to go, so I don't have to pick between you two idiots. I've talked to wrestlers about this. They don't want to do it anymore. They want to go on this cruise. The good thing is we don't know who the wrestlers in the AEW wrestlers.
Yeah, the in-ring wrestlers.
We found that out about a month prior and now that they have Collision, that really mucks some things up. But I would love to see Jericho or not Jericho, MJF. I would love to see Adam Copeland.
Yeah.
Which still could possibly happen. FTR, Brody King, even Malachi Black. I don't know if he comes out in the daytime or not. I don't know what that deal is. But the Jericho Cruise is fun. Brian,
most likely we'll see Kamille.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Not Mercedes, but we'll see.
She's not going to be doing anything by then, so.
Yeah, so why not?
Well, then why hasn't Keith Lee been on several?
Brian, the thing that I think won your wife over was we said it's a cruise and there happens to be wrestling on it because there is so much more to do. Kevin, I only watched maybe an hour of wrestling, and if that, over the 4 days. So there's just so much to do. I'm excited we are wasting back. Fozzie's always a good time to see 3 shows. And they always throw in a 80s band. I forget who. Let me see who it was.
Great White.
Once bitten, twice shy, baby.
That's right. Yeah. Once bitten, twice shy. My.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Where'd it go? Steiner, Liger, Lawler, cool. Nick Nemeth, Ash by Elegance, Brad Williams, cool. I don't know who the hot damn are. Quarantine is Jericho's Kiss Without Makeup cover band. Excitable, no idea. Red Hot Tribute, no idea. Little Miss Nasty, no idea. Dave Spivak is one of Jericho's guys, so I don't know what his music thing is. Special guest, Bull Nakano, interesting. Nasty Boys, Al Snow, Ernest the Cat Miller, Michael Oku, that's Kev's dude. Beware, Too Cold Scorpio, Too Cold Scorpio, and find out if he really was going to stab Road Warrior Animal in Japan. Angelina 11, Velvet Sky, cool. Juventud Guerrero, cool. Real One, which is Enzo, cool. Elijah, he'll probably do a concert of some sort, very cool.
Yeah.
Sunny Kiss, Viva Van is Southern California. She went to Santino Brothers, very cool. Natalia Markova, I'm not sure who that is. Sonny Ono, Tasha Steeles, Kid Chocolate, Mo, I don't know who that is. And the Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington.
Yeah.
The Dynamite Kid's nephew. So.
All right.
Yeah,
we'll probably see.
It's going to be fun.
Bill.
No.
Big Bill will probably be on there, and probably him and Enzo will.
Learning Tree guys.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll that'd be fun.
He may not be the learning. He may not be the Learning Tree.
We got time. It's not till late January.
We got time.
So lots of things will change by then.
All right.
Well, excellent stuff, guys. We'll keep monitoring that as we get closer. I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much. YouTube.com/That Wrestling Podcast. At That WrestlePod for all the social media. Oh, shit, guys, wait a minute. I forgot one more thing. I met somebody today. I want to show you guys who I met.
What's up, brother?
What's up, big man? We signed that real quick for you.
Oh, whoa. There you go. Nice.
What? No way.
And you rode by on your boat during the rehearsal.
Oh, my
Everybody
gosh.
stopped and saw you on that red boat, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Exactly.
There you go. There you go, brother.
How about that? The Hulkster brother in St. Clair Shores. Got to meet him, fellas.
Fuck yeah.
Right before the show started, Jay, we were talking, and Kevin's like, hey, did you hear he was at the Lions practice? And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I kept it all a secret.
Did you get a real photo?
I took it. That's the video.
Did you get a photo?
No.
Oh, you didn't get a photo. You got a video.
Yeah. You could do a photo. I said, let's do a video, and I'm just screenshotting.
And he signed your 12-pack?
He signed my 12-pack of Hulk Hogan Real American Beer. That was the only thing he would do. They let us know.
Did you?
Was that?
Drink it?
I did not, guys. We are going to have a taste test in Cleveland for SummerSlam.
Ooh,
We're going to have those Tim Tams from Australia. Yep. And we're going to have some Real American Beer to wash it down. I'm saving it, guys. Yeah, they you could get.
Well, go buy another one. Go buy another one so you don't have to open the one he signed. That's
exactly.
A cool piece. No, your steel cage in the background.
That's true. Go
do that.
Go
right
buy
now.
another one.
Go
Like, leave.
Right
End the show.
And
just enjoy it, wrestling, everyone. Brian's leaving.
Yeah. No, I think yesterday I'd seen the social media, like he was going to be in the area, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then it was like, oh, you're 2 miles from my house. I need to go. I show up 50 minutes before it starts. Line's already around the building. There's about probably, I'm guessing, 100 people in front of me. He shows up 45 minutes late. You know, you're kind of standing there like, jeez. And they came around. The helpers said, you can do a picture. The only thing he will autograph is the beer. They've got the beer inside. And made my way around. Got the 12-pack as you saw. So got the autograph there. And it was
cool.
it was a hell of a scene for people watching, guys. You know, the Hulkster, especially. You know, of course, he did his thing at the Republican National Convention, so you had some of those people that were in the line. But there was plenty of kids as well, and everybody was excited. And as you saw,
are there any minorities?
There was no there was one African American gentleman I did see there, and I did go, oh, okay. And if you did, you know, then you think about like, God, what do I say? Do I tell him and Rock are my favorite match of all time? Do I say I'm a Hulkamaniac when I was?
No, you mentioned the drive. You mentioned the drive-by from the rehearsal. That was
exactly. Great. I'm like, that's the personal.
You were at my wedding.
Exactly.
Nobody else did.
I'll play it for you guys again off the air.
Okay, so let's go over the guest list who we've had on this show in years. We've had Bret Hart, we've had Hulk Hogan, we've had The Godfather, we've had Matt Cardona, had Jeff Probst, we had Sean Ross Sapp,
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Popo.
Godfather.
The
Genius.
Yeah, the Genius. R.I.P.
Yep,
R.I.P. Yep.
He died.
Yep. So yeah, we've had a pretty decent guest list so far. Sergeant Slaughter was on the vlog, and yes.
Yep. So yeah, very very cool, very cool. I when you see that moment again, when I texted it to one of my buddies, he's like, he doesn't remember that boat, brother. You'll see the look on his face. He's just like, yeah, gotcha, brother. Whatever. But I'm like, I know what happened. I was there. So
I got a photo of it. We should have.
Yes.
If I'd have known, I could have sent it to you. Could have printed it out.
Well, hey,
it's a show, yeah.
The motto of "save it for the show." This was a save it for the show situation. I've been holding on to this since 1 o'clock this afternoon or whenever it was. So,
nice,
pretty damn cool, man. Pretty damn cool. So yeah, Hulk Hogan in St. Clair selling the real American beer, and that's a good way to wrap up the show, guys. All right. On that note, enjoy wrestling. We'll be back next week to talk all things SummerSlam. I can't wait. I'm not getting any sleep tonight or all week for that matter. This has been That Wrestling Podcast. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3. That's it.